Ambassador Leonardo Bencini of Italy, to be followed by Ambassador of Egypt, and that would be the final statement for the morning session. Ambassador, I have the floor.
Thank you, Chair. Italy aligns itself with the statement delivered by the European Union. I would like to add some remarks in my national capacity. Chair, Italy believes complete nuclear disarmament can be achieved through a progressive, realistic, pragmatic and responsible approach based on concrete measures and an effective, verifiable and irreversible process. The NPT provides the only realistic legal framework to reach this objective in a way that promotes international stability based on the principle of undiminished security for all. Nuclear weapon states bear fundamental responsibilities for the implementation of disarmament efforts in accordance with Article 6 of the treaty. We continue to call upon those with the largest arsenals to take concrete steps towards effective nuclear disarmament through further reductions. We welcome transparency measures already taken by France, the United Kingdom and the United States, providing data on their nuclear forces and the objective size of their nuclear arsenals, and call on others to follow suit. Italy considers transparency an essential step to advance nuclear disarmament. We were encouraged by the proposals presented and discussed in the working group on the further strengthening of the NPT review process last year in Vienna. The Preparatory Committee should continue engaging on these proposals with the aim of submitting recommendations to the 2026 NPT Review Conference. Italy would like to express its strong support to strategic and nuclear risk reduction initiatives. Far from being a substitute for nuclear disarmament, risk reduction is a necessary tool to build trust and foster a climate conducive to disarmament negotiations. Nuclear risk reduction can pave the way for disarmament and should be pursued in parallel. Most of the measures needed to implement disarmament efforts are already contained in the relevant actions of the 2010 Action Plan. Among these, the prompt entry into force of the CTBT is one of our key priorities, as is the immediate start of negotiations on an FMCT. Pending the beginning of negotiations, all relevant states should abide by a moratorium on the production of fissile material for nuclear weapons. Italy looks forward to working with the recently established group of friends of the FMCT to give new impetus to the goal of starting negotiations on such a treaty. We also support the resumption of substantive discussions on negative security assurances within the context of a comprehensive and balanced programme of work at the CD, with a view to elaborating recommendations dealing with all their aspects, not excluding an international legally binding instrument. We also wish to reiterate our support for the establishment of zones free of nuclear weapons and all other weapons of mass destruction. Italy values all initiatives undertaken in the field of nuclear disarmament verification as important tools to build trust and confidence among nuclear and non-nuclear weapon states. In this context, we support the International Partnership for Nuclear Disarmament Verification and the initiative by Brazil and Norway to table a resolution on the establishment of a group of scientific and technical experts on nuclear disarmament verification at the first committee. As G7 presidency for this year and assuming the presidency of the Conference on Disarmament at the beginning of 2025, Italy is more committed than ever to achieve progress on disarmament, non-proliferation and peaceful uses of nuclear technology. To this end, we stand ready to promote dialogue and cooperation and welcome diplomatic pathways that offer possibilities for advancing nuclear disarmament and non-proliferation. And finally, Chair, as Italy was again mentioned by Iran earlier in relation to nuclear sharing arrangements, I will simply refer to my statement in the exercise of the right of reply on Monday afternoon. I thank you, Chair.
I thank you, Ambassador. Now I give the floor to